Welcome to our open office hours. I almost played the Coding with Sam video to begin with, and that would have been really wrong because it's not Friday morning. It is almost Thursday afternoon for us.
That's right.
Today is going to be a new format of open office hours that we've never done before. We've had, I think, about 10 to 12 people submit their sites to us, maybe a little less. 11. I was great. Boom. So we have 11 sites. Kim's going to actually try to go through all of them. Only one site was actually not using PM Pro that I could find when I vetted their site for this open office hours. So we'll likely be skipping that one. And if you know you submitted it and we did skip it, then maybe you can email in and point us to where you are using your membership, Painters Pro on that site, because I could not find. But we do have a lot to get through. Kim's going to actually try to do all of them.
Yes, I'm going to give it a shot. I've been browsing the sites. I have a few points I want to make about each one. I think you're going to feel like I'm a broken record repeating the same things as I look at all of these, but that's because regardless of what your membership site is about, all of these websites have similar needs, have similar goals, obviously to get paid, to convert people to become members. Some of these sites are more about the membership. Some are the membership is an aspect of a lot of things that the website serves. So we'll be talking about that also. If you're here and you submitted, I know one person I already see that submitted, we're going to do their site. But I'm not seeing other names that I recognize linked to their site. So if you know that you submitted, I can make sure that yours gets tackled too early in the stream. Yeah. Should we just do it?
I will share your screen and take it away. Let's smash some sites.
Yeah. So I pulled up the site. I am using a MacBook. I think it's the 13.3-inch one. And why am I saying that? Because you might be using, a widescreen monitor. You might have a desktop PC, or you might have a laptop that docks and it has this huge widescreen monitor. So I always work from a laptop. And a point I want to make is test your website on different devices and on different screen sizes. And I'll show you how you can simulate that. And it's a test I like to do on some sites. So just that point I make, if the site you're seeing on the screen looks different than it does on your computer, it's because your computer's resolution might be different. You might be using a larger screen than mine. So if you're seeing something you're like, oh, it doesn't look like that at mine, it doesn't wrap that way or whatever, just know that that's because of this monitor size. So I'm going to throw out some things I like about this. I definitely like the cookie consent, and I was able to navigate to it with my keyboard only. I'll put the link in this video's description when we're done, but a friend of ours at Equalize Digital, Amber, just did a review of cookie consent banners and their ability to be accessible and accessibly interacted with. So I didn't do this one with a screen reader, but I am able, if you can kind of see my tabbing and the outline around these cookie consents, I am able to interact with it with just my keyboard alone. So I'm going to spacebar accept. So thumbs up for using one that's accessible with keyboard navigation, which is really cool. The first thing I love about this is that I have a very prominent join and login button, and it's a different color than everything else. So when we see sites, this has a lot of purple on this site, but they're using an accent color to accent the site to give me something that's consistent. And I know that teal is a button that does something in the site. Looks like they're doing a join/login. I don't know why it brought me down lower to it. So if I click join/login, I'm taken to a page where I just see the login stuff. So I'm not sure what the intention of that was, but if you intended this to come to a page that also showed how to join, I'm not seeing it. And I don't know if it's my screen or something else. So it'd be great if we could have an advertisement for the plans on this page, because I'm just not seeing it. If you're in chat and I'm just doing something wrong on the site, let me know. But I think that page needs a little attention so that the join aspect of join login is addressed there. But I'm going to go back to the home page. I did have some inconsistent slow loading on this banner. I kept refreshing and then it would come up. I think because it's a slider, it's just a lot of images and it's just taking time. And, am I frozen, Sam? Just talk to me to make sure I'm not frozen.
No, you're good.
Yeah. So something you can do is in your browser, it has this thing called Lighthouse. So you can use this to analyze the load of the page and just get some information, like what is a heavy image on this page? And it'll help you address if there's like a really large image that's taking a lot of time to load. We don't have to do that right now, but it's going to give me a report at the end, and it'll say if I have an image over 100 kilobytes, let's say. We have a rule in our site, everything under 100 kilobytes. That image finally loaded here in this test. So I would just run it through that and try to defer, downsize some of those images if you can to reduce the total page weight is what they call it. We have an article about that, Sam, with performance metrics of like largest contentful paint and all that stuff. If you want to link it up, it's good.
Yeah, I'll try to find it.
Yeah. I was talking to Jason earlier. I was like, what do you think is like the most important thing that I get across? And he said, he always tells people, if you were explaining your website to someone via text message or tweets, try to make your copy as succinct as that. So if I only had 300 words, if I only had like the size of a text message to text, my mom texts me, she's like, I heard you have a website. What's your website about? Like keeping our copy that succinct. And I think that this headline here after the slider is really a good succinct message for that does that. And it does say what it is. I don't know what a SENCO is. I'm kind of becoming aware of it because this person is active in our community and we've worked together a lot. And I also think the people landing on this site, they already know why they're here. They're not here because they're Kim Coleman, who's looking at membership sites critically on YouTube. They're here because they do this as their practice and they found out about it. They are a SEN professional and they landed on this page. So as much as possible, don't worry about making Kim Coleman understand when they get to your page. That's not really the point. The point is that the person coming to it can understand, how is this going to be useful for me?
I'll have to find that post after the fact. I can't find it.
Yeah, I forget. Mobile, what was it? It was like page speed and SEO, something like that. I don't know. As far as like this main part of the page, right? This is a hard area because we know membership sites serve two different aspects. They serve people prospecting, thinking of joining, and then they serve members that are already logged in. And you don't want to advertise joining to someone that's already joined. So I understand why you chose to use a slider here, because you have a lot you want to be able to get across. I don't love sliders. I think like homepage does one thing, and especially for a non-member, that should be getting them to join, or maybe this conference is your key thing. But the decision to use a slider, a lot of people do like them. I think just look at your Google Analytics, look at how much time people are spending on your homepage. And if they're spending 2 seconds, they probably didn't enjoy it and really utilize this slider. So there's 3 panels of things they're never going to see. And they're going to see a random one based on when they get to this part of the page. So I think about that. I think, you have an event, you want to get people to register for it. So you're going to put it on the homepage. That's the first element in the slider, right? So I don't know. It could be you're seeing all of these equally. You're seeing one of them more. Maybe it's an experiment to see which one is the best. I wish I had a good experimenting plugin that would let you, maybe your page builder does this, lets you like show one of 4 randomly on page load. And then you could kind of track which one's converting the best and put that one as the main one. That's an option too for people to do. But yeah, think about this slider. Think about if you're not just burying things that you need to also re-echo further down on the page. Could be an option as well. Keep the slider, but then have something at the bottom that's a catch-all, which maybe you do. We haven't gotten there yet. One thing, this part of the page is very wide. So that might be really hard to read on like a really large screen. I don't love when the text that is you have to read like this is like more than maybe 700 pixels is readable. This second section is pretty readable, but when they're really wide, you're like, it's hard for your eye to track the line of the text. So
it's hard for accessibility. For me, that would make me dizzy, especially if it was a bigger chunk of text. That little bit, not so much, but if my head had to go back and forth like that 100 times, I would be dizzy.
If it's 2 lines, it's easy to track 2 lines. If this was 4 lines, it would probably be really hard to track. There's something called golden ratio typography. Sam, there might be a resource you can find, but it's a standard that designers use to say, is this text if the text is going to be this wide, if it's going to be 1,000 pixels wide, what size text should it be? And what should the line height be? So some people might be watching this and they're like, oh my gosh, this is an excellent website. It's beautiful. It has a lot of great things going for it. So I'm going into like these detailed comments of things, but it is just that next level for a site that's this established, the feedback I want to give. Okay.
I did find a golden ratio typography calculator, and I shared that in the chat.
And again, here, this also, like, if you just bound this, I'll just do it here. Let's say we just gave this a max width. I'm just hacking your website. No, I'm just kidding. If you just did that, that might be enough. So just bind the text to a little bit narrower, and you might get golden ratio with this font size. Why are you commenting, Sam?
Gavin says you're allowed to trash talk my website, Kim.
Okay, I'm not.
He actually has like a whole watch party going right now, and it's we're on the big screen for his watch party. So
that's fun.
They're having fun.
Oh, I didn't know these were clickable. Okay, let me go back. We're on a big screen. How do we look? I think that this is okay. These are the partners. See, I don't know. It just must be my internet, but it looked like the partners were clickable. If I can get it to come back, I would say because they're clickable, like maybe stick a button in there. It looked like the whole thing was clickable, which was interesting. But if you stick a link in there that's like, read more about this partner, maybe it had that and I missed it. And then this become a partner is nice too. I guess while I'm saying that, I like that the buttons explain what they do. Some sites we're going to look at later, their buttons all said learn more or read more. And it wasn't descriptive what the button does. And that's an accessibility thing, but it's also like, when everything says read more, you're like, do I want to read more? Like it's more of an active thing. Become a partner, read the case study, like talking about what contextually I'm being linked to. Here's some testimonials. I'm not sure what the SENCO here is. Is that supposed to be their name? Testimonials are great. I love testimonials. I like when there's a face. If we can get it, if we can't get a face, can we get like a name and a title, a first name, a city where they live, make them a little more human looking. I guess that's their role. But if we don't have a name or like
SENCO is like a job title.
Yeah. So if we can get
testimonials. Gavin's explained it before.
Okay. Cool. Some awards. Where do they go? Are they linked? It's like an announcement about it. Oh, that's fun. Okay, cool. Maybe with these, you could do like a text underneath, small text, award winner, Nexus Award 2022. Google can't read this image. It can read your alt text, but I think Google's going to want to see a little bit of text about it. And I don't think it would take up too much real estate to have like a text-based version underneath for sure. This is a little pale. I'm wondering if this has a contrast. You have like this lighter shade of purple here. It's just not quite readable. So think about if you want to make that a little bit more contrast here. And again, these teal buttons, beautiful, beautiful descriptive text. And you're only using teal when teal means take an action for something, which I like. We're going to see some sites that maybe don't use enough color or don't use an accent color as an accent. And this is great, like a catch-all at the bottom. Oh, go ahead.
A SENCO, Abigail from Sensible SENCO says a SENCO is a job title in the UK. It's a specific role for special educational needs coordinators in schools.
Oh, nice. Can we get those in the US, please? No, I won't get them.
We definitely need them. That's for sure.
That's awesome. Maybe we have a similar role. Our school district has been awesome. We do work with those things. Yeah. I was going to say this is a great like catch at the bottom. Kind of, we didn't really pitch joining too much on this homepage. We talked about it here. Maybe this is like a join button opportunity, but I think if you, if once someone gets to the bottom of the page, if they haven't decided to join yet, something very low effort, low commitment, like a free newsletter sign up is a great thing to throw at the bottom of the page. If someone gets to that point, they're not convinced they want to sign up yet. This like soft ask for something that doesn't cost money, but is a way to get into your funnel. I would recommend that for every site we look at today. Some kind of like, what if you just sign up for free? Or what if you just join the newsletter? Joining a newsletter is like a lot lower ask than become a free member even, which for me, at Paid Memberships Pro, we don't really do that because all of our content that we send out in our newsletter is like only useful for using Paid Memberships Pro pretty much. But I think for memberships like this, where there is interest in the topic, you're not ready to pay, and maybe becoming a free member is even too much. You're like, do I have to come back? Like, there's a funny Jim Gaffigan joke about joining the grocery store membership. And he's like, I can't come to a lot of meetings, but like even that joke, it's funny because he's like, do I want to be a member of my grocery store? Like, why is everything a membership, you know? So if people aren't ready yet, maybe considering that it's just an email sign up is a little bit lower risk for them. Some social things are really cool at the bottom. Time to update for 2025 here. I have that problem with my own site too. Some sites make it easy to do that and they have like a dynamic short code and it just updates for you, and then others don't. So I don't know this. Is my screen still sharing?
It is. But
Okay,
we're still on Sensible SENCO's bottom of the site.
Yeah, okay. This is just like probably really hard to click, maybe even on mobile, and I'll open it up, but maybe just give this a little bottom padding will help. And then what does this do? Those are my consent preferences, and this is like a chat. Okay. And that goes back to the top. Okay. I've been on websites lately where there's like multiple things popping up. So we have this like chat kind of thing, and then we have this consent thing in the other corner. One's kind of like a drawn, and one's kind of more of an AI thing. I think that's okay. I think being someone that does this a lot, like I look for consistency. Like if we're always going to use hand drawn, we'll always use hand drawn. If we're always going to use AI, you use the AI one. Yeah. All right. Let's look at joining. Why did I lose my join button? Oh, I didn't have a join button, right? Become a supporting member. Okay. So this still doesn't. Okay. Not that one. Let me go to the join page. Okay. I love this. The number of people, it's like social proof, right? And if you don't have good numbers, that's not necessarily something you want to do. But when you reach a point where you have that volume, and this is community features of this, I think it's great to advertise that because it won't feel like I'm entering a community of nobody or of like 30,000 people, which feels impersonal, maybe for this type of audience. So I love that. And I love that you say like what we do with our money. It's like maybe you're not a nonprofit, but you're also like saying like this is kind of a commitment to do better for all of you. And it's not like so I can go buy a yacht. You're kind of saying what your mission is here.
But you also deserve a yacht. So
where does this go? Yes, you deserve a yacht. Where does compare the levels go? Is that supposed to anchor me to here maybe? I love the compare table layout. One thing I might recommend, and I saw another site that I want to recommend this for, is having a version of it that's more simplified. I think the compare tables for me are really strong when people are like really digging into the nitty gritty, but a high level overview of the 3 plans you offer might be enough for certain people. And then they can get into this kind of like analysis paralysis where they're like, oh, but do I need that many? And will I need that? So certain people love compare table layouts. Certain people love looking at just the pricing in the 3 tiers in a more simplified way. So I don't think you would lose conversions by giving a view of pricing to both of those groups. So at the top, maybe it's the 3 levels: name, price, button, a short blurb about what they do. And then deeper down on the page for the people that really want to do their research and throw on their glasses to get that compare level view. Cool. You can view as
not rushing you, but 20 minutes in and you have like
that's
9
true.
more sites.
Is there any other page I didn't look at? Let's get to the checkout page. Cool. I like that you have a description of what the plan offers here. Again, reiterating it, because you might also be driving people directly to checkout from other places. So some sites that don't have, what did I do? Okay. Won't have that long list. Validate your email and the cost and everything like that. This page, we could also narrow it a little bit. I know it seems weird sometimes, but like for really long forms, you could probably tighten this up and just make it like a narrow column in the center, which would help people get through it. But good. You can set your paid memberships pro primary color. I'm not sure if you want to do that or not, but you could maybe set it to the teal so that this button is also teal. It looks like you set it to the purple, just as like another action button there. I didn't browse everything. Look at all these stuff. We're going to do a menu like this. I think they're hard to be. Go up here. Where is it even tabbing me? Oh, it's tabbing me through the menu. Do you have a jump to content link? I see that it's tabbing me through the items in the menu, but not showing them. I'll try to find the resource and I'll put it in the video chat or just send it to you in Slack for navigation menus to become accessible. There's a little JavaScript-y thing I'm using on our site so that the drop-downs show when you tab into them. So if I tab with keyboard navigation into like this events tab, there's a way to get it to open up your drop-down. So it'll just make it a little more accessible. Yeah, cool. Okay, should I move on? Anything else that you want me to look at?
They didn't say anything.
Okay, I hope this was helpful.
David Kincaid has a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any statistics on what is the usual percentage of free subscribers that become paid members? For example, if I have 10,000 free subscribers, any idea what percent would convert? I think for that, every membership site is going to be different. Every percentage is going to be different. Yeah. Our estimated specifically for paid memberships pro is roughly 10% of free people typically convert to being paid. But every niche, every site is all going to be different. And it also what you offer is their value in being a paid member.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like
so there's just a lot of variables.
Yeah, 10% of the active installs counts is kind of what we go by, are paying us, and 90% are using Pay Memberships Pro for free, which is really awesome. I'm fine with that. Do I wish it was 100% paying us? No, because we're open source. We're good with that, you know. But I think go back, do an analysis if you can. Even making for us, we're looking now at like paid unique users in our analytics that have free accounts as a conversion metric, which is also interesting. Like people just browsing your site that don't have a membership, what percent of them even join any membership at all? So there's a lot of ways to slice that. Yeah, I don't know. Anyone else is comfortable, shout out your conversions for your free to paid acquisition. And even what is your direct to paid acquisition, right? At Pay Memberships Pro, that's around 50% of people that don't sign up with a free account before they get a paid one, which is interesting and a factor of this number as well. Yeah, interesting.
Perfect. And then before we go to the next site, Savvy Business Strategies and Solutions for You. If you are still here and listening, do you happen to be Get Biz Savvy? Is that your site? I just want to confirm and make sure that if that person's here, that we do that site for sure.
Yeah, we can do that one next. I like that one a lot. I should join. I'm a woman entrepreneur.
I'm here. Yep, I think that's
okay.
That's
cool. All right, let's do that one. So cool. Sensible SENCO, awesome site, awesome work. Everything I shared, I don't know if it's gonna like move the needle on memberships and signups, but just gets you thinking, gets you a couple things to do, as if you need new things to do, right? Cool. Okay, new site. At first I was like, I like this logo, I like this, but then I was like, are we missing an opportunity to like say your business name everywhere on the site? Like, because when I go in, then I just like, it's the picture only. And it was curious to me that there was no text in this logo, but that could be intentional, which is fine. Okay, so I'm going to go back to there. That was like my first comment when I just looked. And then I was like, we're missing that big CTA button in the upper right? We're missing the like persistent location join button. So I think that would be a strong improvement. We lose login when we scroll. We have a sticky menu, but I think if we could get a button over here, and I don't know what you can lose because menus are hard to do, but if we could get a button here that was a join now or start now, if that's the language you want to use on your buttons, that would feel strong to add that for sure. I love the font choice here. I love that like these two different fonts. This is and at this beautiful image on the top, it's clear to me these are like, this is a website for women. They look professional. They have professional clothing on. And I think this is a pretty good, succinct explanation of what the membership is about, what the site is about. There's a lot of features of it, top tier resources. I think that maybe that could be explained a little more, like in what format. Is it through courses? Is it through articles that I can self-read? Is it downloadables? And the word connections to me implies there's some community component. So maybe there's a forum component, there's a directory component. So are those ways like we're making connections and networking through this community? Is it global or is it local? Are these events international? Maybe some questions I have if I'm just someone considering to join this. There is kind of this button is quite subtle for a main CTA on the site. And again, this site is very like monochromatic. So you're just kind of teal and black. Maybe there's a color you could choose for this button so it's not so subtle and it's more of like a eye-catching. And it with web, like there's a way that people track visually when they go to a website. So there's been a lot of research on that. And it's kind of like, I look at the upper left corner and I expect your logo. And then I look probably over here. And if we can create this kind of triangle where there's like a logo, a CTA, and an anchored CTA, and it's opposite for you all, right, Sam? Logo, CTA. It kind of creates this like perfect eye tracking experience. And there's a book called Don't Make Me Think. Jason's a big fan of it, but it talks about these principles and kind of this like where people expect things to be. Don't make the web user think, and how to create subtle psychological things like making that button stand out and anchored with a button near it. And I did do a color accessibility. We have low contrast here for this white text on the light teal. So it's beautiful. I don't really want you to change it, but I don't know if we reversed the gradient so that the darker teal was on the left, it might just solve this problem and still look as beautiful and be a really lightweight change to do that.
They are asking if you want them to chime in to your questions.
Sure.
And you absolutely can, but also for the sake of time so we can get to more sites, you can also just kind of ponder what Kim is saying and make notes, and you can take it or leave it. It's totally up to you.
I love the like founder, why I did this, who I am kind of thing, the signature. I love that. I think that's like your own social proof in a way. Like I am you, I built this, real human faces are super cool. And I love these names of these levels. I was looking at them earlier. We have a whole post about name your level. Oh, there's a coupon thing. I can't see it. Do you guys see that? Save when I highlight, save 44%.
You highlight, we can see it. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you meant to have that because it's not on sale, maybe, or what that means, but I don't know why I see that. But you guys see how they're using her instead of just ER. So it's like women, unique names. Naming levels is hard. Like we always think of like gold, silver, bronze and things like that. But I think these are really cute. I really like it. And it's a simple short list of comparison features. I'm sure there's tons more than that you get, right? I'm sure you get tons more than that, but they chose the main ones that they wanted to highlight in this area. Is coaching?
They call the platform the village.
The village. Is coaching separate of membership? Like I can buy just coaching, it seems like. Group and private coaching. Business builder program. Seems like there's a lot of things I can buy and sign up for. This does say it includes coaching. So now I'm like, do I buy coaching a la carte? Do I get coach? It's both. Do I get coaching if I pay you on a monthly basis, or I can have more coaching? I guess think about what your main goal right now is, and don't give people too many paths to research and look through and consider and sign up for. Like if the goal is to drive memberships, I don't know that we need, we have coaching in the menu. Do we need this call out? Because start today at the top, was membership, and now Get Started is with coaching. So just think about that. Maybe this doesn't really need to stay on the homepage.
You could include group coaching with the membership, but then once you're in the membership and you hold that level, you can offer them private coaching.
Okay. And that's different than the accelerator program.
Idea.
You were giving an idea.
Yeah, that's the way it is. It's just an idea.
Yeah. And maybe that's an evolution. Like maybe you started as a coach and you were like, let's make a membership out of this, which is a common evolution of like someone who's kind of been in a thought leader role to digitize themselves, to make themselves like have a broader reach, is to extend a one-to-one to like a one-to-many and a many-to-many in the case of community. Maybe these testimonials, we can throw some up at the top or intermix them more. We don't have to just throw them at one place in the page. Could we have one closer to the membership plans? That's like that social proof thing. And again, this slider, like it's fun that it slides, but I think you could also have a strong impact with just showing 3 in 3 columns. You'd have more faces on the page. There'd be like more places for people to get drawn in by a certain person's story.
It'd be narrower too.
And narrower. Yeah, I'm like trying not to reiterate for sure. All right, here's our membership journey. And we don't show free here anymore. Is there a reason for that? That was only on the homepage. Or is it down? Directory only. And then the free plan down at the bottom. Okay. That was interesting because the homepage offered free. And then when I clicked to membership, I didn't see free. So that was like I wasn't sure if free was still offered. But, if you're counting on people to keep scrolling to find the free, or if you're just concerned like they're going to start for free, that was interesting. We just talked about how many people convert who start for free. I don't know that maybe you used to have it and you were getting too many free signups and you're like, we need to get rid of this. Like that's what people are doing. Right here you could have or join for free to get started as a link, which is a subtle way to still have the free that we saw on the homepage get repeated on our levels page. Is that the same? Join now. Okay, let's go to a checkout page. I have time, Sam. We're only at 33 minutes. This is pretty overwhelming, this list of features. That's hard. You do want to describe what the membership does. I wonder what options I'm like thinking even with Paid Memberships Pro, you want the level description in the level description of the edit levels screen, but and maybe if this could just be a little wider, it could be an option. I don't know if my page is loading weird because of my screen being on a laptop, but this is hard to scan. And is it repeated? No. Okay. Yeah. This could just be slightly wider, and I think that would help. And maybe we can work on that thing. This sign up for the ebook thing, I think that's powerful on a lot of pages on the site. Consider whether it belongs on your checkout page. It's just like we want our checkout to have like a really focused one thing, like fill out this form, right? But now we're advertising an ebook. Maybe that's an exit intent pop-up instead of a banner at the footer. Like they're changing their mind, they go to exit your site, then maybe that free ebook pops up, which is that catch. It's like how did they get all the way to the checkout page and then they bailed? Like what? So they were interested enough to get here to consider this. So maybe if that became an exit intent pop-up, that would help you capture those people, but it wouldn't also just distract or like cause an exit from a checkout page and a loss from that experience. Cool. Any specific things you want to talk through more? Any screens I didn't see? This would probably be larger text. You have your terms of service listed. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if that text could be larger. I don't know if some of it could be in like a sidebar. Maybe the checkout page, if you want to anchor to people, like these are how we handle refunds, these are some policies related to this, the checkout could be the main column and then like a sidebar with a few of those FAQs. If you think those are common friction points that the what ifs that you have to challenge, they could maybe be in the sidebar and not totally at the bottom. Or it does just seem like, read the fine print right now, which it is fine print, but maybe maybe that's needed, maybe not. Cool.
Sensible SENCO asks, is there any way to create a free membership when they download items?
Yeah, I mean, it could be a separate membership level. If you had it as a Forms plugin that can create a user, we have code that you can hook into certain form plugins to assign a level, like a default free level. Through any user registration system. So the form itself would have to, if you're using like a Gravity Forms or a WS form, it would have to have user registration enabled. And then you could hook into the processing of that form, or for the whole site, anytime a registration happens without a membership, give them free is also an option. So yeah.
Savvy Business does that.
Oh, cool. If I filled this out, I would get the free plan. What's the cart? Are we doing, is it oh, you can buy a la carte things. Cool.
Yes, if you fill out the form for the ebook, you get a free level.
Okay, you get a membership. Cool. Cool. Fun site. I'm trying to see there's a site that we got submitted that didn't have a fave icon, which it's just like a little site icon, but I don't know what that one is. Sometimes I look at that because some WordPress themes make their theme logo your fave icon if you don't change it. Let's see.
It looks like the next site over has the WordPress icon.
Yeah, that's like default WordPress if you don't. Let me see if I can find it. It might be the theme. I thought it was called fave icon. Did they change it? How long have I not been in the site icon? It's not this, is it?
They said it should be our Get Savvy logo.
Oh, it's this. Okay. Yeah, cool. It almost looked like a WP Engine logo to me, and I was like, huh. I've noticed that with WordPress themes, like they set it, like I said, to like their theme logo, and then they were like, oh my gosh, why does it do that? Yeah. Cool. Beautiful. It's very calming. I love teal. Okay.
Me too.
Which one should we do next?
I don't know.
Okay. Let's go.
Pick one.
Okay. How about this one? Chef's Resources. Is Chef's Resources here?
I think everybody that is here, we've done it.
Okay. Let me go to the homepage. I didn't want to consent to this one until that one let me get into the consent.
If you did submit your URL and you're here,
Okay.
shout it out. That way we know.
Yeah. So this one's using ads in addition to monetizing through memberships. So that's like an example of that. Would I put an ad here right on my homepage? I probably wouldn't, because I think, and it's a very bold ad that makes me
That one fooled
it.
me when I was checking out
Did
the
you
site.
click it?
I clicked it.
Yeah.
And it fooled me. And then I went to when I go into another page, I was like, what is this?
Where did I end up? Yeah. So I'm not against people using ads, and if they're making you a ton of money, like don't take them down. But if you're beginning to monetize through memberships, think about the experience that people are going to have. And maybe the ads are for non-members only, and it's like a go ad free. We have features to do that. But I think about what that experience is going to feel like if they see an ad first thing on the page there, or like Sam said, accidentally click it. And there's another ad here. But as far as like joining for this one, I didn't see That's this one goes like off the edge of my screen to see. But I was like, where do you join? You know, I see like my account, which goes to like a login, and then I see a way to join here. So I think this menu probably needs one more prominent join type button, because this is the only one that I was able to find then. Unless it's something else. Chef's resource subscription options. I didn't know if it was one of these. Is it this one? No. This is scheduling and joining a tutorial. Okay, so something prominent to show me what joining is in our menu would be great. And then when we get to like the membership levels page, again, it has that like long text, hard to read across. Maybe it can be tightened in a little bit better. I also think this text is like a slightly different size than this, but it could just be my eyes fooling me. And that can happen with page builders. They can just be like slightly off, but I'm looking at this and I'm like, does this text look slightly bigger here than this? Does it look like it to you, Sam?
A little. It's very, very
touch.
slight. Yeah.
Yeah. And for this one, I think you have this summary of the plans. Like, why not link these to the checkout for that plan? You can get that link. Just click on your sign up link, and then you'll get the URL to the checkout. And then you can make this table view that you've handcrafted, which is fine. We have lots of articles. It's like, don't use our built-in levels page layout. Build your own. Like, you have a page builder you like. It probably has a pricing table layout. So I think it'd be strong if we added links to these. Even if we wanted a button column, then you could just completely delete the PM Pro levels shortcode from this page. You don't have to use that shortcode on your page. This is great. Reminding me that it's easy to cancel anytime. If you have a refund policy, you can list it here. If you don't really want to highlight it, you don't have to, but showing people that it's not a lock-in, like I'm going to have to fill out paperwork and call and show up at your house to get canceled. It can help people who have friction. So yeah, these would be great if they were linked. Or if you wanted to use the advanced levels page add-on, you could add this descriptive text to the columns or to the table with that version. So this has what we talked about with the first site. It has both a comparison layout and like a table type layout. So it gives those people who want that deep dive the option for that to do it. One thing I noticed here that the levels names don't match the levels names here, but the price does. So I think maybe you can edit in Pay Memberships Pro and change to this to premium and that to platinum, and then it would make these two table views like really obvious. You know, what's in a professional subscription? What's in a paid subscription? Oh, I don't see a paid one here. I don't think people are as dumb. I'm just like pointing it out because it's like no reason not to change the level names. I don't think just to match your premium and platinum naming tiers. Lots of features. This is cool. And again, after that big comparison list, re-echoing the levels, that's not a bad thing at all. That's perfect to do. Oh, this is another option to pay. This is that thing too, where we have like, which do you really want them to do? Sign up or the consulting services? It's not terrible, but I think maybe that deserves its own page. That's probably what this page was that we went to, right? The chef consultant help. No, maybe not. Maybe a whole page about that consulting thing. And you can move just those levels to that one. It's like a different group, level group. They are using levels shortcode, right? They must be if they have like a way to customize. Yeah, they are. Yeah, cool. Yeah, if you just put those descriptions on the levels, they could show up and then you wouldn't need that extra thing. And then a donation and some feedback here. Yeah. Food. Okay, what's next? Should we do another food one? We can do this one.
It's almost lunchtime.
I didn't look at this one too deeply. All right, this is more of a, okay, networking forum. The one thing that was interesting for this, when I came to the page, it started talking to me. I don't think you guys can hear it. But if you
we
see
can't hear it
like
because you're not sharing the specific tab, but
okay.
When I went to that one as well, it started talking to me and I couldn't figure out how to get the talking to stop.
Yeah, I didn't know what was talking. Like I didn't know it wasn't this video playing. Like there wasn't a video playing, but it was someone introducing something. So I don't know where it is or like how to get it to stop. It's not always great to just start audio without an interaction. Let's say someone was like on their phone at Starbucks and then all of a sudden their phone starts talking. It's like an embarrassing thing. They're like, oh, close. Oh my gosh, you know? So maybe that isn't even active on the page anymore. I don't know why I wondered if it was like a pop-up, but I wasn't able to find what was causing it. So I just muted the page. This is like one of those learn more things, like learn more about our mission or join us is an opportunity here to, instead of just drilling more into what the content of the site is, showing that there's like a, how do I join? You're saying I'm a networking forum. So giving them a join link here, not a bad thing. Let's see where this goes. That goes to a login. This is an opportunity here for people who aren't members yet to have some kind of or register thing. We have an article about doing it on the same page with a register section, or even here in the header, just throw a button there. Not yet a member, register here, or join us today, something like that. I'm guessing membership is the pricing page in the joining experience. Orange is a hard color. Let's see how the orange goes. It's not passing basic accessibility for this orange color. Orange is hard. Orange is hard to use and not make it look really brown to meet accessibility. Probably even those menu items. Are they? No, they're passing because it's orange on white. I think just this one, using the white text on the orange, maybe you could go slightly lighter with the orange and do black text could work. It could be narrower in that section like we've been saying. And this is great, a custom built pricing page that goes to the checkout for the levels. Perfect. Renewal individual. Okay. Individual. Renewal individual. Why would I choose renewal individual? Who's eligible? Just the people who are already members? It's a different level.
That would be my guess. What I would
Level
do is
2?
I would
Level 1?
remove that from the pricing table and then only show that for, you know, I have the individual people who who hold the individual level.
Yeah. There might be a way that you're sending people to this page and it can't be behind a login, but maybe, you know, there's already a member login to see renewal packages or something like that. Because this one gets an event ticket. Yeah, maybe you have code in place that's like preventing people who shouldn't be allowed to get this renewal one from checking out. So I think you could maybe take this one off here and consider if you just want to have it as like a link on the bottom, like login to renew an existing plan or something like that. That could have a login with a redirect passed through that would take them right to checkout for level ID. Was it 3? Yeah. This has a sign up too at the bottom. So like a lighter weight way to get involved that isn't signing up for something, because we don't have a free plan on this one. So that's like the free is this, right? Signing up for a newsletter. I think there's a little date thing. Why did I think it was Wokingham? No, it's Wokingham. So this could be
I may have typed
2025.
Wokingham.
Oh, did you?
Maybe.
Yeah, cool. Own events. I know people are frustrated with event calendar plugins right now. Tell me how you're liking yours. Where's all events go? Our next event. Oh, that's like a different view. Where am I? I feel like I'm in a different website now. Why does it feel so different? This is events calendar, right, Sam?
That looks like it, yeah.
Yeah. Tell us how you're liking it. We're like, we need to build an events plugin. Cool site. What's this? Why did that get narrower here? Wasn't it fitting before?
Yeah, it was.
Something's going on. Oh, there. I don't know why. I had a hard refresh. Some kind of weird delayed loading icon. That drop-down icon didn't load, so it wasn't. And then we have a cart too. What do we sell that's part of a cart? Is events sold through a cart?
Gavin
must be broken.
says, I love my events calendar. And then Robert from Quinte Landlords, why are people frustrated with event calendars?
Oh, why are they frustrated with them? I think that our integration isn't the tightest. So like, they want to sell like 2 prices of tickets, like a cheaper ticket price to someone else. And I think like how people get notified of events and like setting everything up, like there's a lot of manual work involved. Do you feel like there's manual work involved, Gavin? And like you create the event, you have to like email your members about the event that's available to them and register people and remind them that it's coming up. So there's like manual pieces to the emailing I think people are annoyed by, and then making tickets better integrated with membership levels, I think is a frustration. But I don't know how we solve that. It's hard to integrate with every plugin. Yeah. All right. We did that one. We did that one. Here's another one with food. I'm going to refresh it because I noticed this one took like a second longer to load. So I'm wondering if this is like a really large image. And that lighthouse we showed in the beginning would help us see all of the things that are like heavy on our page. You can also use other page analyzers. You put your URL in, it analyzes it for you, and it'll show you like what are the heaviest things in the site. So I'm looking at this. This feels like a blog. I don't know. This feels like a membership. I have an account thing here. What happens? Does that go anywhere? I can't click that.
No, it does not.
That doesn't go anywhere. Okay. So maybe this is an in development site. This is fun. Spinning bread. Do we see anything? Oh, here's membership. Okay. So that probably, the homepage probably needs some CTAs about there being a membership option on this, and then check that these, what does that do? Are working. Neither of those are working for me.
It looks like there's text on that image of a steak or something.
Oh, there is. Yeah. Maybe this should be white. Something to make that highlighted. Is this all a picture? Oh, no. Okay. Where are the levels? How do I join? This page definitely needs some buttons. We need some sign up buttons. I don't see
this
any.
was
Maybe
one
it's not
that
publicly
I think,
yet. Maybe it's not public.
That's possible. This was one that I think if I change the URL to membership-levels,
You saw some pricing?
I was able to get to pricing. And I got to like
Okay.
our PM Pro page.
Uh-oh, they are frustrated. They have some text in there. This page is hard to read. Just the text is white on black for some reason. So I think it's just in prog. Oh, here, buy now. No, well, that didn't work. So it's just an in progress one, but you'll get there. You have a ton of content, right? Look at this. Recipe. Are these recipes? Twisted guacamole. Let's look. And a recipe. Cool. Oh, nice recipe plugin thing too. Recipes are
And
probably a
without
custom.
a lifelong story before you actually get to the recipe. I give
There you
you
go.
props on that one. Thank you.
If recipes become something you protect with membership, take a look at the custom post type add-on. We have that working on one of our demo sites, right, Sam?
I believe
We have
so.
like recipes for dog treats or something like that. So if you want to put recipes into your membership tier, maybe not all of them, maybe some of your recipes become premium, you'll need that custom post type add-on to do it.
Yeah, you can try it on the demo.
Separate. Yeah. Cool. Okay, next. Which one do I? Is anyone here from any of these sites?
I don't think so. I think we tapped out all the people who actually
Okay.
showed up.
All right, let's do this one. This is cool, like a local and radio club. I think my screen's just too narrow, so my menus are wrapping. I don't know what we can do about that. Maybe reducing some of the spacing in between could help. It'd be nice if it didn't have to wrap. I know it's not always possible. But if about us became about, coming events just became events, we could maybe throw past events under the events heading. We could probably creatively get a way to do that. We have login, but we don't have like sign up. And then I thought what was curious, I can't log in to this member login button. It takes me to a page that I think is probably meant to be like a member account page. But Pay Merchants Pro will automatically redirect that. So maybe this doesn't have to be linking here. Maybe this should link to login directly instead. And then this, I think, is really where we view our membership. Oh, there's something else on the homepage of this I wanted to talk about. I think this is one of those like opportunities, maybe a white box with some text in it to make sure it's always going to be accessible no matter what background image you put here. You know, a short, what I would text my mom, what my membership is, with a button to sign up. And that could stay persistent across the scan of these pictures if you wanted to. These could also probably become like a photos throughout the page. And maybe that's not a slider. Maybe it's one image with that CTA on the homepage. Another events user here. Where does this read more? Is this read more about? Oh, it's like maybe to the about page. Maybe this button is like read more about us, you know, give it a little more clarity what that's doing, because it feels just like it's floating right there. Board of directors, you know, explore the board of directors, something like, oh, there's a gallery. Look at that. Look at that old computer, guys. Okay. What are we looking at? This has, everyone's copyrights are out of date. That's fine. I don't know what that really does anymore, you know? All right, here's membership. It's an application, but this is using PM Pro. Yeah. We do have application features. So if you are interested, the approvals add-on could handle that for you and reduce paperwork in things. You could process the approval through someone signing up directly on the site. That's an option to do. This looks like right now I'd have a PDF version of signing up for it, but cool. This is like that brown color, which makes things get accessible when we go more brown with our orange. Cool. All right, we did this one. Is anyone watching still, Sam? Should we keep talking?
Yes, we should keep talking.
Okay. Here's another site that was submitted. It has this like split menu thing. At first, I don't know. I don't usually do that. These are like more about kind of things, and maybe these are something else. I don't know. Does anyone browse websites a lot that has this? Maybe it's a opinion thing. But cool with the join and the login. The join is orange. It's like a bright color. That's the only orange thing I can see right now. Getting to sign up, which is great.
Kim White says that she uses that times the split menu.
Okay.
It's rare though.
Yeah.
I don't see it very often.
I think these, I didn't realize these were buttons at first. It's kind of a not typical format of a pricing. I think you could probably just show the price. That's tough because the way the membership is like free, and you also call it Appraiser Elite. And I saw another free on a different, there's a third level on a different page. When did I get to that? Here. I can pay annually as well. Yeah, I think just think about that, those membership levels here, and whether maybe these same buttons move up to the top or are also orange. It's just the scrolling. Here's some social proof kind of stuff, FAQs, and a contact us at the bottom, which is also a good catch-all. We've been talking about like a free thing, a free sign up at the bottom, but a contact us can serve that same goal. If I go to join today, that takes me to the sign up page. Where did this take me? The same, the sign up page. Okay.
This is interesting. John has seen a split menu on a multi-site where one side was other sites in the network, and then the other side was pages on the site you're looking at.
Oh, okay. What's my story? Let's see what this is. Oh, the story of the person who created it. Is that like an about us kind of thing? I wondered if this was like part of like the member access and my story. Like that label to me implied like, oh, is that like a profile kind of thing? Maybe that's more of like, that feels like something that would go on this side, perhaps. I'm not sure. And let's look at the checkout page. Does this go right to checkout? Cool. They must have all been hearing when I'm like, you can link to your own checkout page directly. Here's the button. This recaps kind of the benefits of the membership here. Again, this one could be tighter. Narrow this page up. They're using Add PayPal Express add-on. It just might make the experience not feel like this void on the right side with, what is this information? I think you probably are using a page builder. You can probably pretty easily narrow that in. Yeah, nice site.
Awesome. So I don't mind if we go over and do the last what like 2, 3 that we have.
Or we save
we
them.
do still have we could save them, but
Okay.
I am seeing that we have really good feedback of sessions like this, and people are telling me that they want us to do this more often.
Okay.
So if
I'm
that's
exhausted.
the case, we could do this probably once a quarter with this new format, but we would love your feedback, whether that's in the YouTube comments, in the Slack community, or reaching out to us on our contact page. Give us your feedback. How is this helpful for you? Do you want to see this kind of content still? Because this is something that we tried new today. We've never done this before. So please let us know. And then before we do the last couple that we have, next Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, we're back with Coding with Sam. If you're not familiar with that, that is a great short 20, 30-minute YouTube series that we do live to show you that if I can go live on YouTube as a non-coder, you can customize your site with a little bit of code at your home or your business that you are creating your membership site on. And then our next open office hours will be February 27th. We're going to have an Ask Me Anything with Mary and Kim Coleman at 11 a.m. Eastern on the 27th. And we do those AMAs on YouTube once a quarter as well. So every 3 months, we will have an AMA section. I am getting a lot of feedback on there. Robert says, are there website owners who submitted them not on this call? There, as far as I know, I think we've only had 2 of the sites owners be on this call. We will be keeping this live on our YouTube. So Robert, next time we have a session like this, I would recommend dropping your URL so we can do your site for the next session, because it sounds like this is going to be a thing.
Yeah, we can save these. Closer.
Yeah. And then Cameron, is there an article or such with the checklist of general things and recommendations to watch out for?
Maybe we need to make that.
That sounds like something that we probably could.
I think a lot of what I've said has a companion article, but they're all separate. And it's like you'd have to discover, you'd have to know, like, you'd have to know I'm looking for a better login experience. It wouldn't be like, check your login experience. So yeah, I think that's probably good. We'll take the transcript of this, we'll get a summary, and then maybe we can make some kind of downloadable to help people like hit the common things, right? I think I sounded like a broken record talking about long width text, right? And that's not something that's written anywhere on our site, probably, maybe.
Yeah, and then Gavin says it's a great session, lots of ideas off other websites as well as advice for our own.
I should rip my own site up. We're gonna smash my own website. Let me tell you what I don't like about painversuspro.com, guys.
Uh-oh.
That
just means more work for me.
Okay, not that. I don't think we have enough social proof on our homepage. Higher up on the page. And I think we don't explain, like, we assume you know a lot, I think, when you get to the homepage of our site. Like, we've been talking about that, talking about we all like view our homepage and we're like, yeah, okay, they're already in. They're in. It's like, no, they don't even know, like, you're going to start a WordPress site. You're going to install a plugin. There's like gaps, I think, for sure. That's kind of what these go into. Hoping people choose one of these is like a better entry
You're
point.
not sharing your screen anymore.
Oh, I was looking at our homepage and just by myself tearing it up. Sorry. I'm going to go work on it. No.
No, we're going to work on the menu when I come to Pennsylvania in March. That's what we're going to do.
That'll be good.
That's what we're going to do. So yes, please give us feedback. If you're not in the Slack community, we do recommend that you join it. We do require that you have at least a free level on our site, and I will drop the link for you to join the Slack in the YouTube comments. But yes, please give us your feedback. And I also am currently planning Q2 open office hour sessions. So if you have idea topics, again, YouTube comments, contact us, community Slack, reach out to me, let me know. Anybody on the team will point me in the right direction of your email if we get one from you. So I think we're going to save the other few.
Let's save them. We'll do it again.
Okay.
The only the Craftlet podcast, I would just say it looks like you sell things in a lot of different platforms. So I think getting them all, like knowing what's your one source of members is going to be hard, because I saw like a Shopify, I saw Gumroad, I saw this Libsyn. So I think maybe you're in transition, or maybe you're like just hopeful that all of the platforms will all sell, and it's just you need to do this way for now. But I bet you're having a bit of an administrative nightmare managing all those different places that people can join and subscribe to you. So I don't know how Paymers Pro solves that. I think that's a business decision to go all in on one and what that would look like. So good luck. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Kim, for smashing sites. And we love the positive feedback. So be on the lookout for when we will schedule a smash in Q2.
Perfect.
And we'll be back next Friday at 9 a.m.
Oh my goodness.